to know enough. Too old to play the part, too cool for showing up. Too dumb to say what's smart, so I'm a substitute waiting for the game to start. But I ain't trying to get played like change your heart. And may I park and find me another ride. I'm letting Florence tell you how I feel inside.
Okay, well, I honestly don't think it's possible for me to cover a video on free will with like 3 to 5 minutes, but I'm going to try to give you my best analysis of what free will is. So I don't think we are or have a proper perspective of what like free will is versus determinism, whatever. I don't think we have the capability of understanding it, in other words, by the way we interact with the world as human beings. So like how I view free will, like when somebody always asks me, do we have free will? Do we not have free will? Is everything predetermined? I always quote, and I don't know who it originally came from, but I heard it from Christopher Hitchens, where he said, of course we have free will. We have no choice, right? We're here. Here we are. I didn't choose to be here. To get more in depth with it, my views, I don't know if it would be called compatibilism, but I think that's probably the best definition or way of looking at things that I would agree with. So I'll give you an example. If me and you were going to freely play a game, let's just say a game of chess, in order for us to freely play, we first have to set some rules, right? We can't just like do whatever we want, otherwise that wouldn't be playing the game. In other words, I think free will has a element of constraint, and without constraint, what does free will even mean? Like without some sort of, like, you know, in order for me to speak to you right now, I'm speaking freely in a language, but I am confined to the words that I know, the words that are available to me in order to be able to freely communicate with you. So I don't think our understanding of free will is, I don't think we have a grasp. I don't think our minds can comprehend what that even means to have free will. Another way of looking at it would be like, I mean, there's several different ways. Would Mozart be able to compose freely everything, his beautiful masterpieces, if he didn't constrain himself to studying music, if he didn't constrain himself to the piano, to the musical arts? In other words, he was confined or he was constrained to do those things in order to freely express himself within music. Same thing with Michael Jordan. Would he be able to freely fly through the air, make all the incredible shots, unless he was constrained to the rules of basketball and practicing within those certain rules? What would free will look like without constrainment? I don't know. Without submission. So in other words, I think free will paradoxically involves submission to something. In order to have free will, you have to first submit, which is counterintuitive. It makes no sense, really. But that's the best way that I've come to understand it, or I've worked through it in my mind. Yeah, so I don't know if that helps or makes it more difficult to understand. It's certainly not a solvable thing. I don't think we have the capability of solving it, but that's my best way of explaining it to how I understand it or make sense of it.